Thank you, Candy. Today, November 11th, once called Armistice Day at the end of World War I, now called Veterans Day, we gather to honor veterans, past and present. It's truly a privilege for me to address you on this very special day. This morning, I'm going to talk about the importance of family to our military and to our veterans. While we will never forget the courage and sacrifices our veterans have made since even before the founding of our country, I think it's sometimes lost on us that the members of our military do not function in a vacuum. That there are families supporting our military veterans, families that enable veterans to be successful as they fight for and defend American values. In my family, my dad, James Waterworth, enlisted in the Marines 9 months before the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. Dad was immediately swept up into the war, fought in the South Pacific. Dad's two brothers tried to enlist. One brother was my Uncle Charles. Because he was a farmer, they wouldn't take him. He was needed to raise food for the war effort. Dad's other brother, my Uncle Floyd, he couldn't enlist because he was a welder. He was needed to build ships. Two men who were never veterans, but were really important for America's success in World War II. Without families like my uncles, wars won't be won, can't be won. Now, veterans can never be quite sure how our families are going to affect us. Many years ago, my dad and I were talking about the South Pacific Battle of Carroll and how his mother died on the day, November 22nd, 1943, just when the battle was at its most crucial. Dad thought that was strange, that his mom would pass just on at that time. Well, I told Dad, maybe Grandma went to heaven so she could watch over him. And you know, maybe she did. Well, there's another kind of family that we also can't forget. When I was in North Platte, Nebraska this summer, I stopped at a really great Veterans Memorial Park. In this Veterans Park, there's a bronze statue honoring a group called the Canteen Ladies of North Platte, Nebraska. This group during World War II gave food and gifts to some 6 million GIs as their train stopped at North Platte. What an awesome thing to do. The Canteen Ladies for every veteran's family. I'd like to share with you another story. A recent story of survival and sacrifice in my family. December 2004, my cousin, Ty Ziegel, a Marine from Metamora, Illinois, was grievously wounded in Iraq by an explosive device. Ty's great-grandfather was my Uncle Floyd Waterworth from Havana. His grandfather is my first cousin, Kenneth Waterworth, a graduate of Havana High School. After Ty was wounded, he was flown to Brooks Army Hospital in San Antonio, where his mother, Becky, was waiting for him as he heroically struggled for days to live on a minute-to-minute basis of his massive wounds and burns. And live he did, thanks to his medical family and his mom, Becky Waterworth Siegel. After months and months of surgery and therapy, Ty came home to a hero's welcome at the Curry Airport and in Metamora in 2005. I can tell you, while we are often critical of politicians, the politicians who welcomed Ty back were great. Governor Quinn's speech to Ty at the Curry Airport was very moving. The next day at a reception for Ty in Metamora, all the politicians who spoke to Ty, including Congressman Ray LaHood, who presented Ty with the Capitol flag, were also great. I was given the opportunity to speak to Ty, and I'd like to share with you the words I said to him. I spoke after Congressman LaHood, with Ray on one side of me and Ty on the other. I looked at Ty. Ty Ziegel, who from the explosion had permanently lost all the hair on his head. Shrapnel was still in his brain. He had lost his ears, his nose, his lips, one eye, one arm, and most of the fingers on his remaining hand were gone. I told Ty this. Ty, you may not know it, but in our family, many men have served in combat. They were all hurt. One died. The Civil War, we had a great-grandfather fight at Shiloh and a great-uncle at Chickamauga. Both were wounded. In World War II, your uncle and my dad was wounded on Saipan, as was one of our cousins, the Battle of the Bulge. And we had a cousin lose his life on the Vietnam battlefield. I said to him, I can tell you, Ty, I know this. If they were here, they would look at you with the same awe and admiration all of us feel for you today. Thank you, Ty. Now, my cousin Ty Ziegel died almost 2 years ago, basically of his wounds. A Marine and a family hero to the end. Today, as we remember and honor our veterans, those with us and those fallen, let us also remember our families. Whether they're our traditional family, our political family, or someone who gave a veteran a sandwich on the train, and just how incredibly important they are to the success of our military, to our veterans, and to America. God bless America, God bless our families, and God bless our veterans. Thank you.